Hi guys, we're going to do a really quick video for those of you that may be new to Undecember. I want to give you some tips. I'm going to give you 5 total tips here that are going to help you understand the game, help you go through the storyline a little bit easier if it's your first time playing. Something that you want to keep your biggest eye on is under your character sheet, right? You're going to look right here at this little thing here, and you're going to see your stat information, your strength, your dex, intelligence, mana, barrier, health, all that's going to be there. But one thing that's a little more important is your defenses. Okay, under defense, you're actually going to see your resistances. It's a cap of 75%, typically at about 150 at this number, you'll be at 75%, okay? The big deal is know your area. Like if you are dying left and right, you probably don't have enough resistance for that area. I would die a little bit quicker to cold resist than I would to lightning resist. So keeping that in mind should help you a lot as a new player. Resistances play a big part the further you go in game. Early on, you may be able to kind of swing through, not worry about it, but as you go, you're going to be looking at your gear saying, hey, does this gear offer me any resistances at all? This doesn't give me any at all. This gives me 73 fire, 60 lightning. Things like this are going to be what matters in your survivability at the end of the day. So keep that in mind as you pick up and put on new gear. Just because it's going to give you a huge boost in DPS doesn't actually mean it's going to help your survivability, because survivability is king in this game. Tip number 2. Now this one's actually really important as well. Going over to the peddler and checking the shop to make sure you have the best potions each time you go to a new area. Check and make sure you have the best potions. If you have the small, weak little potions at the end of the day, like these little guys, they're only going to give you 562 total recovery, 840 total recovery, and then you'll see 1440, and then you'll see 2000. This makes a hell of a difference in your survivability as well. These health potions or mana potions are going to help sustain you throughout these areas, even if you've got your resistances proper. It's another big thing. Check your health potions at the peddler, make sure you've got the best ones for that area and buy them up. Tip number 3 is going to be your Zodiac. Knowing where to put your stat points, health, armor, barrier, mana, hit rate, dodge rate. What's your build angling towards? Try to put as many points as you can based on the skills that you want to use or weapons that you want to use. I am unable to use certain items simply because I don't have enough dexterity, or maybe my intelligence is too low, or something of that nature. It's about that. Your gear is going to be able to be used or not used based on these numbers. Sometimes you'll get lucky and a piece of gear will roll and it'll have like negative 45% to gear requirement and you'll be able to use something of that nature. Maybe you won't, but just knowing what your stats are supposed to be so you can use certain items will also help you a lot if you're ever wondering why. The second part to Zodiac is making sure that you're putting your Zodiac points in things that matter to your character's build, okay? As you go through, you're going to be given a lot of points, a lot of Zodiac points that are going to add up over time. We've got armor. I'm stacking armor with a little bit of damage. Armor is very important because it kind of blocks a little bit of everything on top of elemental resistances. Getting your mana straightened out, making sure that you have a mana regeneration so you're not running out of mana. Hit rate plays a big part too. If you don't have enough hit rate, you're not going to be hitting enemies, which means you're not going to be dealing damage, which means you're going to be probably dying, okay? It's very important in your Zodiac to go through and look at these and weigh each option as you go through. You can muddle this one for a bit, but you'll get to the point where you're going to have to know a little bit more about what you're doing. Tip number 4, very important tip here, guys. Probably one of the most important aside from survivability and resistances. Keep your skills leveled up to the best of your ability. Keep them leveled up because certain ones are going to impact you more, right? Your main skill that you want to use for DPS probably needs to be the highest level and have the highest level of link runes added to it as well. If you're running around and you haven't been leveling your weapons up, your skills up, then you're going to see that you lack the DPS. And again, if you're not dealing damage and you have survivability, well, that's great. That's cool. Yeah, you're going to survive, but it's going to take you 30 minutes to defeat anything and you're just going to struggle through the game. So keeping your link runes and your skill runes leveled up is important. And from time after time, you might want to go check out the Mystic, hang out with her a little bit, and understand the rune enchantment process, I've got a video on that one. Go check that out too. But those are the top 4 tips. Now, the last tip is going to be, I don't know, I like this one. The last tip is honestly, up until you defeat the Act 10 boss, you get free rune transfers over here at the alchemy table. This means up until Act 10, any rune transfer, skill rune or link rune that you want to do will not cost you resources. See, now I've beat the end game boss, I mean the Act 10 boss. It's going to start costing me resources, which I'll have to farm to keep up in order to transfer this, that, and the other for qualities. Now, you can transfer your skill runes as much as possible, trying out different build ideas, different things you want to do. It is open-ended on that one. All right, when you do a rune transfer, it gives you the links as well. Like right here, I've got a 5-link skill right here. And oh man, oh gosh, man, explosive slash seems cool. I want to try it. Well, it's going to take the 5 links. And if this was rare or magic or leveled up to 25, this rune would maintain those benefits in this slot. So you can keep that in mind as you go through and you're leveling up your character and you're trying to figure out what build you want. I have another video on my channel that you can go check out that will also explain to you something really cool that shows you all the details about each skill to help you dial down the build that you want. These are my top 5 tips. I mean, and for me, I feel like those are going to be the ones that help you kind of dial in, understand, and get going and stop struggling through the game if you are already struggling. If you want more information, all you got to do is comment below. Tell me exactly what you want to know, and I will create a video for you. All right, guys, mad love. Have a great day.